Ukrainian FPV drones destroys Russian elite troop convoy in Donetsk region. Operators of Ukraine's FPV drones border unit have intensified their hunt for Russian heavy and light armored vehicles, significantly weakening the enemy's ability to conduct offensive operations in Donetsk region. The Unmanned Systems Forces published footage of the unit's latest combat missions, showcasing the effectiveness of precision drone strikes against advancing Russian formations. Throughout October, the Phoenix operators demonstrated exceptional efficiency, destroying 12 tanks, 46 armored vehicles, and eliminating 642 enemy troops. Each strike was carried out with meticulous coordination, often under heavy fire, as Russian forces continued their attempts to seize Ukrainian defensive positions in the sector. The footage released by the Unmanned Systems Forces highlights how unmanned systems have transformed modern warfare in Ukraine. Swift coordination between drone operators, artillery units, and command elements has created a layered system of defense that can quickly identify, fix, and neutralize advancing threats. Earlier, Ukrainian forces uncovered a massive Russian buildup by hacking into security camera networks near key Russian bases, discovering huge forces being amassed for the next wave of the offensive operation. Acting immediately, Ukrainians unleashed all available missiles and drones FPV, devastating the convoys before they could ever reach the battlefield. The last Russian push toward Dobropillia ended in disaster, as understrength formations rushed in without proper artillery or armor support and were torn apart in a devastating Ukrainian ambush. Now the Kremlin is trying again. This time Russia is redeploying full-strength brigades meant to spearhead through the Ukrainian encirclement. The main force is led by the 155th and 40th Naval Infantry Brigades, with airborne units from the 11th Brigade and elements of the 76th Division joining the push, originating from the Kursk, Bakhmut, and Kherson sectors. These are units that Russia has leaned on before to make high-risk breakthroughs. The 155th in particular has had to be reconstituted at least 13 times, most recently after disastrous losses at Kursk, making it one of the most repeatedly shattered units of the war. As Russian offensive efforts in these sectors are stalling, their success is being sacrificed and their forces redirected to the Pokrovsk front, trying to salvage a losing battle now unfolding at the Dobropillia salient. Ukraine is not waiting for the second wave to reach the front. Just like with the earlier ambush, they are intercepting Russians in transit. Ukrainian cyber teams have been tasked with hacking into Russian traffic and security camera systems across occupied regions. This gives Ukrainian forces real-time visual data on Russian convoy routes, timing, and staging areas without having to rely on satellite or drone surveillance. Once spotted, loitering munitions like the RAM-2X are launched to intercept Russian vehicles in transit, hitting them before they can reach the front. These are compact drones designed for convoy ambushes, capable of identifying moving vehicles, circling overhead, and then diving directly onto soft targets with devastating precision. Over the past week, Russian media outlets have repeatedly complained about these attacks, particularly in the Donetsk region. The videos show several trucks and armored vehicles being attacked while in transit, often in areas far behind the front lines. For Russia, this is a serious problem. Reinforcements are disappearing before they can even enter the battle. And unlike shelling or drone strikes near the front lines, these attacks are taking place in rear zones previously considered safe. Those who survived the redeployment face a second wave of attacks as Ukrainian units now launch coordinated mop-up operations as new Russian forces rush in. Footage from the 93rd Mechanized Brigade shows Ukrainian scouts advancing into a contested village under the cover of a T-80 BVM tank, flushing out remaining Russian defenders and methodically clearing the area. The tank does not just provide firepower, it also acts as mobile cover for advancing infantry, allowing them to move through open areas and clear buildings at close range. Once the area is secured, follow-on elements move in to stabilize the line. Then comes the third phase, rapid assault by elite formations, as footage from the Azov Brigade's Spear Group shows them advancing under fire in tight formation, pushing through tree lines and debris fields to reach enemy strongpoints. The footage shows that they do not engage in drawn-out firefights, instead moving rapidly under close coordination with each other and drone overwatch, using aggression and overwhelming force to break what remains of the Russian line. Ukraine is no longer waiting for Russian offensives to form, as reinforcements are now seen as not a future threat, but as targets in motion, tracked and intercepted before they reach the front. This shift is powered by real-time surveillance, drone integration, and the hacking of traffic and security cameras in occupied zones. Because so many forces are destroyed on the move, Russians do not have the ability to concentrate their units for a large breakthrough, as waiting too long for a large group to gather would just invite additional Ukrainian strikes. Essentially, Russia's offensive is being dismantled on the road, and Ukraine is striking faster than Russia can regroup, and the survivors efficiently cleared out. The destruction of such a volume of enemy armor has had a tangible operational impact. Russian units lost not only their mobile protection, but also much of their frontline fire support, which heavily relied on armored vehicles. Without these assets, their offensive capabilities were sharply reduced, and further assaults became increasingly unsustainable. Drone warfare remains at the core of Ukraine's asymmetric defense strategy. Units like the Phoenix combine reconnaissance and strike capabilities, enabling them to detect and destroy key targets far beyond the line of direct contact. This flexibility allows Ukrainian defenders to undermine Russian offensives before they can gather full momentum.